There's no such thing as bad cholesterol. So what is cholesterol? Cholesterol, 80% of it is made from glucose, 20% of it is made from fat. 85% of cholesterol is made from the liver, 15% is from our diet. Cholesterol is important because it is a repairer, right? So the LDL, low density lipoproteins, are deemed to be the bad cholesterol, but that is just a repairer. That's a rebuilder. It is the ambulance that is going to heal something. The HDL, high density lipoproteins, are carrying the cholesterol, the excess cholesterol, back to the liver. So low density lipoproteins, or LDLs, are not bad by itself. It's only bad in conjunction with triglycerides or insulin resistance. So if you don't have insulin resistance and you don't have triglycerides, which are just fat pretty much, the actual higher your cholesterol is, the longer you're going to live. LDL also delivers cholesterol to the brain. And the brain loves cholesterol because it burns glucose at 4 calories per gram, but it burns cholesterol at 9 calories per gram, which means it just has more energy from the cholesterol than it does from the glucose. So it prefers cholesterol. So the LDL is not bad. It's really important for healing. It's really important for our brain. And when you lower your cholesterol, you're going to have worse mitochondria health because cholesterol is in every mitochondria, and you're going to have worse libido because it affects our sexual hormones. So the body makes cholesterol based on need. If you have high cholesterol, you're like fucking up your blood vessels. You got your blood vessel, right, folks? The LDL is going to be on this part because it's low density, and the HDL is going to be in the middle, folks. And when your blood vessel gets damaged, now the LDL is like filling in the gaps, like glue, like putty, filling in the gaps, right? But as the gaps get filled and filled, now your blood vessels get smaller and smaller, right? Because of the shit that's happening to your blood vessels that the LDL has to repair. So it's not necessarily the LDL that's bad. And then if you have a high glucose diet, now you got a lot of sugar in the blood, and sugar is sticky, right? So now that sugar is sticking to different proteins, and now that gap is getting smaller and smaller and smaller because it's getting stickier in there and it's sticking to shit, and your LDL is building up, and that's what's going to cause the stroke. That's what's going to cause the heart disease. That's what's going to cause the cardiovascular disease. You have to reduce the amount of insulin resistance, because if our cells are insulin resistant, then they're not going to accept the glucose, and the glucose is going to be stuck in the bloodstream as opposed to in the cells. Ensure that our liver isn't getting filled with high glycemic foods. High glycemic carbohydrates and refined sugars are the reason why the LDL will be bad. Don't have to lower cholesterol or eat foods with less cholesterol or whatever the fuck. Like, don't eat eggs because it has high cholesterol. That's not the thing. It is, don't eat high glycemic foods. The high glycemic foods are going to increase the sugar in your blood. It's going to make your liver fatty, and that is what's going to cause the bad pairing of LDL with triglycerides or LDL with insulin resistance.